What's up, guys? The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose channel. Alrighty, little bits of news here and there. Everybody knows by now that AJ Styles has signed a short-term contract with Impact Wrestling. Um, the deal is, you know, the terms of the deal aren't really disclosed at this point. I know that AJ took a pay cut for this short-term contract, and I think that what TNA had tried to do here was just to hold on to AJ, at least for now, to try to come up and negotiate a more lucrative deal for AJ uh, down the road. So I'm hoping that AJ does stay with Impact Wrestling. Um, I don't think if he left Impact and went to the WWE, I don't think he'd be used properly there either. I think he'd probably be used even worse in the WWE. I know Vince is highly uh, involved with taking guys from Ring of Honor and making them into stars for the most part. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out. Look what we've seen with Antonio Cesaro. But anyway, the subject of AJ staying with Impact Wrestling, being there since the inception of TNA, and really after he cut his promo the other night on Impact, he has really carried TNA on his back, and along with Jeff Jarrett as well. Um, I think the loss of Jeff Jarrett was a big thing for TNA. People don't realize this. A lot of people were complaining that Jeff Jarrett had the belt a number of times, but he did found TNA, and that was the main reason for that. But as of now, uh, I'm glad to see that AJ has stayed with TNA. And again, I guess the ratings went down from 1.25 million viewers to 1.24. It's not a big drop, but and I don't understand why. I mean, I thought last night's Impact was a really good show, but in any event, what they're doing right now, the show was a very good quality show last night, so they're in the right direction. So keeping AJ is a good thing as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to see AJ go anywhere else because it wouldn't feel right. It just wouldn't feel right. But anyway, um, Dolph Ziggler finally came out and spoke about Randy Orton in the WWE, basically saying no matter what Randy Orton does on or off screen, he pretty much gets taken care of by the WWE, and he's basically saying for the fact that he is good friends with Triple H. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Randy Orton's getting this huge push. And I can see Dolph Ziggler's points here because really, Dolph had his push for the World Heavyweight title. He got it. He lost it. And with the concussion and all, he never really seemed to regain that momentum since coming back. He's now been in this feud with Big E Langston, which really, to me, I think only occurred just for the simple fact that was how they were going to depart Big E and AJ from Dolph, but they really haven't done much with him since. Now he's feuding with the Shield in handicap matches, which to me makes no sense at all. Um, I don't know the direction for Dolph Ziggler in the WWE right now, but it doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere, and it's unfortunate. Um, Changing Dolph to face, I sort of liked him better with his heel type character because they really haven't done much with him as a face character. But anyway, he's stating the fact that Randy Orton is getting pretty much everything he wants in the WWE, and he has been for a very long time. And even the negative things he does off camera seems to be pushed aside. He's getting special treatment, basically. And again, if you're friends with Triple H, then you're going to be put over for the most part by Vince McMahon as well, being Triple H being the son-in-law of Vince. So, I see where Dolph Ziggler's coming from, and again, Randy Orton didn't need to win the Money in the Bank to contend for a WWE major belt. That could have been left for uh, a lesser superstar in order to gain a push and gain momentum to gain exposure. But again, the WWE comes out and states that now that John Cena's gone, some of the other stars need to push, you know, uh, themselves to another level. But yet, by saying that, they still focus around stars that have been there for a long time. So, sometimes you wonder where the WWE is going. So, yeah. So, the wrestling world. What can I tell you? Ric Flair has stated that he doesn't think TNA is going to be around that much longer, and by what he's saying, he's basically talking about WWE maybe buying them out. And if that happens, that would be a sad day in the world of professional wrestling because it would just show people what I've said in the past, that Vince McMahon doesn't want any competition out there whatsoever. I don't think he minds Ring of Honor because he recruits from Ring of Honor. Who knows? He may even have some sort of shareholding in Ring of Honor. And I often wonder sometimes if he has any sort of shareholding in TNA, because I do notice on a lot of occasion Dixie Carter, you know, really praises the WWE, and even Mike Tenay at times will bring up the WWE. He'll bring up stars in the WWE, which really competitors never used to do that in the past. So it sort of makes me wonder. But as far as Ric Flair goes, he was supposed to have some more involvement with the WWE a while back with The Miz. But Ric Flair's done a lot of crazy things off camera, in his personal life. And he's really made a disaster out of himself. He was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time years ago, back in the NWA, WCW days. I thought he was the best wrestler out there. And, I've said many times in the past that Ric Flair should have just retired from wrestling, because the more he sticks around, the more he ruins his image. And again, if the WWE decides to put him back on camera, he's going to find a way to follow that up as well. But look what he did when he was in TNA. He just made really a fool out of himself. And he just made it to the point where, when you hear the name Ric Flair nowadays, you don't think of the man that was the leader of the Four Horsemen anymore. You picture in your mind what he's done recently, and he's just really shamed himself. So, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. I mean, because Ric Flair was the biggest name in professional wrestling, along with Hulk Hogan back in the 80s, and look where he is now. I mean, he's just ruined his name, he's ruined his image. And again, if the WWE decides to take him back and put him on camera, big mistake for the WWE. So, again, a little bit about TNA. There's a lot of TNA haters out there. You need to understand. Yes, you can be a huge WWE fan, but it's healthy to have other promotions in competition. It makes your promotion better. I really just think that WWE has way too much exposure these days, and eventually it's going to bite them, because after a while, you watch your WWE Raw, Monday Night Raws, you watch your SmackDowns, you watch your main event, you watch your superstars, and pretty much it's all with the same people doing the same thing. And after a while, it's going to hurt the WWE in the ratings. And, it may not be showing it now, but somewhere down the road it will. And unless the WWE starts pushing those younger stars, people, you hear people complain about John Cena. You hear people complain about the Randy Ortons of the world. We heard people complain about Triple H when all he did when he was around, all he ever had was the belt. I mean, so yeah, so there's just a lot of things going on in professional wrestling that is really negative towards the world of professional wrestling. So anyway, this is the Iceman with my thoughts today, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody. WWE SmackDown tonight. The card is interesting. Check it out. Let us know what you think. See you next time.